Let's go to the United States now, and the Democratic National Convention is now in its third day in the city of Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love. Yesterday saw the formal nomination of Hillary Clinton as the party's candidate and an emotional endorsement of her from her husband, the former President Bill Clinton. Today, President Barack Obama heads a list of Democratic luminaries. For more from Philadelphia, and specifically for an Australian observer's perspective, we're joined from the convention floor by Bruce Hawker, long-time Labor Party advisor here in Australia and long-time observer of national and international politics. Bruce Hawker, good morning.
Good day, Marius. How are you?
I'm well. You are there amidst something like 25,000 convention delegates. It is a piece of theatre that Australian politics doesn't throw up. How does it feel on the floor?
Well, it is. It's like being, I guess, at the Academy Awards and the Olympics for political tragics all rolled into one. It's very professional, very slick, very exciting, and a remarkable lineup of speakers and entertainers throughout the night. These things don't really start until about 8 o'clock in the evening, and the main speakers come on at about 10. So it's quite a late start to the real headline speakers. And tonight that'll be people like Tim Kaine, Michael Bloomberg, Joe Biden, and of course the President. He'll be here to close the show sometime between 10 and 11.
And that schedule that you just outlined is a reminder that the convention is for those on the floor to cheer the troops, but it's also aimed at primetime TV across the spread of the United States.
It is, and last night you really saw, a very targeted approach to the people they were presenting. It was a big focus on women, obviously, given the historic nature of the evening and the endorsement of Hillary Clinton, heavily dominated by women, for women, focusing on women's issues to a large extent. But throughout it all, there's a very big focus on Hispanic voters as well as mainstream Americans. So you can see a lot of thought goes into these productions. They're very expensive, but they're also very impressive, I've got to say.
Bruce, amongst those women endorsing Hillary Clinton, there was a bloke as well by the name of Bill Clinton. I thought his speech, through the theatre, it's interesting to see what the substance is. His speech was saying that Hillary Clinton has been a great agent of change in the United States for decades through her working life, which I thought was a bit of a double-edged sword for the Democrats, because certainly people on the floor cheer the changes and cheer Hillary Clinton. But the Trump constituency, it seems to me, are those who feel that there have been changes in recent decades, and I've missed out on all the goodies. I've been left behind by change. So that was not an appeal that would have resonated, presumably, with that part of the electorate.
Well, that's true. But you've got to remember, of course, in the United States, they're not trying to appeal to the centre all that much. They're really trying to appeal to their base. And they're focusing on those people who they think are going to come out or can come out and vote for them on the day. I'm not saying that she would have written off the angry white male vote in the United States, but it's not going well for her. And it's probably the reason why Trump is still in the game, when he's gone out of his way, really, to offend just about every other minority group in the country. So it's not that they scornful, I think, of those voters. I think they're just realistic that they're not going to make big inroads. They've got to make big wins with female voters particularly. And of course, Hispanic and other minorities and disabled and so forth. And they've got to make them come out to vote on the day. In countries where there's not compulsory voting, it's hugely important to motivate and mobilise voters on election day.
There's a lot going on at this convention, but for students of political speakers, it's just a masterclass when you see Bill Clinton delivering a speech. You'll see another master today when President Obama delivers a speech, and it's already been briefed what the speech will be. In fact, he's pretty much delivered it in recent interviews, and what he's going to be saying is, as he said in an interview with one of the networks, I think it's scary, is what President Obama saying what he thinks is scary as a president who doesn't know there is stuff and doesn't have any interest in learning basic things like where countries are, what a nuclear triad is, what's the difference between Sunni and Shia. He doesn't know, and he spent no time trying to find out. So President Obama will be hammering that theme of the Donald Trump is not suited, is not equipped to be president.
Yeah, that's side more interested in Sonny and Cher than Sunny and Cher. I think that will be, again, driving a message to the people that they really want to scare into voting for Hillary on the day. There is a huge reluctance amongst a lot of people to vote for her because they see her as being an insider in Washington, and of course, Bill's speech to some extent goes to reinforce those points, as you said. So they have to overcome that perception of her and really make it clear to people that this is an alternative president who will have his finger on the button quite literally, and you don't really want to entrust that sort of a responsibility to somebody who sees it as, I think Clinton said, more like a game show than serious business of world politics.
Bruce, I'll let you get back to the floor, and many thanks for sharing those insights into the convention there in Philadelphia.
Pleasure, Marius. Speak to you soon.
Bruce Hawker, long-time Labor Party advisor here. He was the advisor to Kevin Rudd in Kevin Rudd's last election campaign, and he is there as an observer at the Democratic Convention in Philadelphia.